They call her the Queen Mary. Once she was the pride of the seas, an ocean liner of unmatched luxury, elegance, and speed. But today, she is remembered for something far more chilling. She is believed to be one of the most haunted ships in the entire world. The Queen Mary was launched in 1936. In her early years, she carried the wealthiest passengers, Hollywood stars, politicians, and even royalty. With golden halls, ballrooms, and elegant cabins, she was called the Ship of Dreams. But dreams often come with shadows. As the years passed, the Queen Mary witnessed tragedy after tragedy. During World War II, she was painted gray and transformed into a military transport, carrying thousands of soldiers across the Atlantic. They nicknamed her the Gray Ghost. It was during this period that death and darkness became her companions. In 1942, while escorting troops, the Queen Mary accidentally collided with one of her escort ships, the Curacoa. More than 300 men lost their lives as the smaller ship broke apart, sinking into the sea. Survivors claimed they could hear the screams of drowning sailors long after the Queen Mary had sailed away. And the tragedies did not end there. On board, soldiers died in accidents, illnesses, and even suicides. The ship's hulls began to collect stories that would never leave. One of the most terrifying legends surrounds the ship's swimming pool. Even though the pool has been dry and abandoned for decades, visitors and staff report seeing wet footprints, as if someone had just stepped out of the water. Others say they hear the sound of splashing, or the playful laughter of a young girl named Jackie, who is said to have drowned there many years ago. No one knows for certain who Jackie was, but her spirit is believed to remain forever tied to the pool. The engine room hides another tragic tale. A young sailor working near door 13 was crushed to death during a routine drill. Ever since, countless visitors have claimed to see a ghostly figure in overalls wandering near that door. Some even report hearing desperate cries, "Help me," echoing in the darkness. Then there is cabin B340. It is perhaps the most feared part of the Queen Mary. Passengers who once stayed in that room complained of violent paranormal activity, bedsheets being ripped away, lights flickering, the sound of knocks on the walls, and whispered voices in the dark. Some woke up to find their belongings scattered, or the sense of invisible hands pressing down on their chest. The activity grew so terrifying that the cabin was closed to guests for many years. Only recently has it been reopened for those brave enough to face the unknown. Even in the ship's first-class areas, ghostly encounters are common. Staff members have reported a lady in white, a woman dressed in an old-fashioned gown, gracefully wandering the corridors. Sometimes she appears in the grand ballroom, as if still waiting for a dance that never ended. Visitors also speak of sudden cold spots, strange shadows, and doors that slam shut on their own. Some say they hear footsteps following them when no one else is around. Others feel the chilling sensation of being watched, as if the ship itself is alive. The Queen Mary is now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, serving as a floating hotel and tourist attraction. Each year, thousands of curious travelers book a night on board, hoping to experience the ship's beauty, and perhaps encounter its restless spirits. For some, it is just a story, a thrill, an adventure. But for others, it becomes a night they never forget. Guests have reported waking up at 3 a.m. to find a shadow standing at the foot of their bed, or the faint sound of a child crying in the hallway. Some even check out early, too terrified to spend another night. They say the Queen Mary no longer sails the oceans, but her haunted past still drifts through her decks. So if you ever step aboard this legendary ship, remember, you may be checking into a hotel, but you might not be the only one in your room.